So, I just watched the movie Hamnet. I was listening to a pre-recorded live by Tony Jones on YouTube, wrapping up 2025, I think was the title. And she kind of started off by talking about how she saw this movie recently, and it just kind of broke her soul open. Okay, I'm down for that. So I came over here to watch it at the movie theater. And what really stood out for me personally, because of the space that I'm in, I'm doing a fast that I started for this month of December. And early on, I decided to extend it on into a full year of devotion to myself. And after watching this movie, I got just so much like clarity, but like the kind of like of devotion to myself and to my daughters, which is always the thing. So it's like, here we are. And what really stood out to me in the movie, spoiler alert, because I got to talk about it in order to talk about it, right? Is presence. Like, it was the story somewhat based on true events, I guess. And I didn't realize this till the movie was almost over, but it was the story of William Shakespeare. And he met his wife when they were young, and they had babies, and he was a tortured artist. And she was like, you need to leave. You need to go to London and work on something. And they had a big tragedy that struck their family, and he wasn't there. He was in London. And he ended up writing a play, Hamlet, about his son, in essence. And it was really beautiful, and a lot of grief, a lot of raw emotion. But what really stood out to me was the mother, and how present she was with her kids, how present she was in herself and in her life. But in particular, how she had so many moments with her kids where she just delighted in them. And in the movie, her son passes away. But there's a scene where it shows her going out to outside where the son is, grieving that his dad left again because he misses him. And she's holding him and she hugs him, and then she sits down to listen to him and speak to him and hold space for him. And then she's like, she does the thing with his hand where she's like trying to see him, and he's like, what do you see? What do you see? A lot of intuition in the movie, really beautiful. She's like, I see you in London with your dad on stage as a swords person in one of the plays. And it came true. And it just was like, never, ever, ever will you ever hold a moment with your child and regret it. Never, ever, ever will you put down whatever you're doing and turn towards your child and hold them and hold space for them and give them your full attention and presence. Never will that ever happen, and you'll regret it. And I just thought that was so beautiful that like she had taken the time to spend that moment with him like intentionally and really just like listen to him and see him and talk to him. And it just reminded me of like moments with the girls and how I've known from the moment they were born how lucky I am to have them. Because honestly, with all three of them, it could have been a close call and they could have not been here. And that's just the reality of it. But they are. But they are. And so I was somebody who would get easily overwhelmed by everything that there is to do in order to mother a baby and keep them alive and thriving, just physically, and then emotionally and mentally and all these spiritually and all these other things. And it's hard. It's easier for me to get lost in the work of it all than to really lean in and allow myself to let go and just enjoy in the moment and delight and play and all that. And so I've been asking God for over a year in our daily prayers with me and the girls. I have different like parts of it. This one goes, we thank you most of all that we have each other and we love each other so much. We ask for increased capacity with which to receive all the blessings which you lavish on us. because you have called us daughters and sons of you, the Most High King, and we are lavishly worthy, and we receive that. We thank you for this beautiful, wonderful day full of fun and laughter and joy and learning and friendship and creativity and expression and kindness and so much joy and so much light and so much love. We thank you for safety and protection all through the hours of this day, all through the hours of this night as we sleep, dream, travel, be, wake up, be, and do. And it goes on and on and on. But we ask for increased capacity with which to receive all the blessings which you lavish on us, because you have called us lavishly worthy, and we receive that. Meaning, I'm not here asking you for more, I'm here asking for more capacity within me to appreciate the gifts you've already given me. And that's what I got from this movie, is like a deeper invitation into that of let everything else go. The other things don't matter. What matters in this moment is this moment with your daughters. Period. I don't know how much time I have left here. I could live till I'm 100 or 50 or 60 or 80. I have no idea. But all we have right now is this moment. And I get a lot of moments with my daughters right now. And you know what? They still love me. They still think I'm pretty cool. They still think I'm funny. They still want to be next to me. Literally, they fight over who gets to sit next to me every time we go out to eat. It's my turn. It's my turn to sit next to mommy. Sayla loves it when we have matching outfits. I bought some PJs today that match hers, so we can wear them together on Christmas. Nevaeh still, at random times throughout her day, she'll just be like, Mommy, I love you. They just want to be held and loved. They don't care about schedules. They don't care about routines. They don't care about bills or anything else like that. As they should. As they should be children. As they should be allowed to not have to worry about worries. The experience of watching this and being able to witness the story of that mother so present with her children and not taking any of it for granted was so beautiful. There was another scene where her mother-in-law talked about how she had lost 3 of her children, and she was like, you can't take any moment for granted because you never know. You never know. Nothing is promised, and you don't know how long you get to keep anybody for. And so with clear, very obvious clarity, I'm like, oh yeah, a year in devotion to myself and my daughters. It's time. I'm excited to see what the next year of our lives look like and who they each will become and who I will exist as this time next year. Today's December 20th. Tomorrow is the winter solstice 2025. Year of leaning in, pouring inward into me, my daughters, our family, and our home. It's time. Feels good. Have a good day.